Om. Sarvadharmastapakatvam sarvadharmaswarupakaha acharyanam mahacharyo Ramakrishnaya te namaha. O establisher of all the faiths, embodiment of all the religions, the greatest teacher among all the teachers, O Sri Ramakrishna, my salutations to you. Namaste, pranam. If we have to attain the Brahmadhyana, if we have to get that ultimate knowledge, what is required? Sri Ramakrishna said, we have to go beyond the three gunas. We have to become the Trigunatita. We have to part our ways with the three gunas and let the three gunas go their way. We go our way. Fortunately, Sattva is there to show us the way. But even Sattva has to leave behind after showing us the way. Sattva cannot come with us. And when we start treading the path of our abode, which Sattva has shown us. Sattva has shown us that is your abode. Now go and enjoy your realization. Then our condition becomes like that of the four friends that Sri Ramakrishna told that story. As one friend climbs up the wall, sees what is there inside, becomes speechless with wonder, and he's unable to describe to his other three friends what is there inside. He is so much awed with whatever he has seen. That fellow jumps inside that arena and enjoys that blissful mood, but doesn't come back to tell us. Doesn't come back to tell the three friends what is there. Same thing happens with the second friend, same thing happens with the third friend, and now the fourth guy, who is poor guy, he is waiting there. Somebody will come and tell me, if some friend of mine will come and tell me what is there inside. Nobody comes. So he says, okay, now let me myself go and see what is there. He also climbs the wall, sees inside, and he also follows what his other friends did. He also jumped. Now, what is there inside? Nobody is there to tell us. All the four friends who had seen it, who had experienced what is there inside, they are stuck inside. They cannot come and tell us. They cannot come and describe what is happening there inside that arena, inside that playground, inside that, behind that wall. That is only for them to experience, for them to enjoy that bliss. So that is the story Sri Ramakrishna said. And then he also said that the sages like Jada Bharata and Dattatreya, even they, the knowers of the Brahman, even Jada Bharata and Dattatreya, having got rid of their ego, they were absolutely egoless saints. They were egoless realizers. They were egoless knowers of the ultimate truth. They cannot describe what Brahman is. And then Sri Ramakrishna had quoted that couplet, the line from Ram Prasad's song. That Ram Prasad song, if you find this path to be too difficult, call Ram Prasad. I am there to help you. And Sri Ramakrishna has decodified the meaning of Ram Prasad words. What does Ram Prasad mean when he says call Ram Prasad? Call I. Call I, get rid of this I. And merge this I in the Brahman, and you will know the Brahman. That will show you the ultimate truth. For that, this I has to be removed in totality. This I has to be destroyed. This ego has to be destroyed. That is the only way to attain the Brahmadhyana. And with this kind of teaching, there have been so many realizers who have taught. Sukadeva taught, Adi Shankaracharya taught, in spite of having Brahmadhyana. Now, how this happens in case of these people? It didn't happen in case of Jada Bharata or Dattatreya, but in few cases it happened. So a devotee puts this question to Sri Ramakrishna. The devotee asks, Sir, is it possible then that Sukadeva did not have the ultimate knowledge? Because Sukadeva was a great saint. He was the knower of the Brahman. But still, he kept on teaching people the way to knowing Brahman. He kept on showing path to the spiritual aspirants. This is how you can attain Brahmajnana. So this devotee has this doubt. Is it that even Sukadeva did not realize the ultimate truth? Even Sukadeva did not have the ultimate knowledge. Now Sri Ramakrishna, who knows everything in this creation, Sri Ramakrishna's answer to that. According to some people, Sukadeva only saw and touched the ocean of Brahman. He didn't dive into it. According to some people, Sri Ramakrishna says, Sukadeva just came to the bank of this ocean, to the edge of this ocean, and he touched the waters of Brahman. He didn't dive deep into it, not like Jadabharata or Dattatreya. That is what some people, they have this belief. They have this faith that Sukadeva only touched the waters, remaining on the periphery of that ocean. He didn't dive deep into it. He did not dive into it. That is why he could return to the world and impart religious instruction. Since he had only touched the water, since he had only touched the outskirts of that water of Brahman, he could come back, and he had not jumped into that behind that wall like those four friends. He just saw and he came back. That's the opinion of some people. He came back and then he started giving the religious instructions to people how you can attain to Brahmajnana. According to others, he returned to the world of name and form after attaining the knowledge of Brahman. But some people, they believe that yes, he had dived deep. He had dived deep in the ocean of Brahman. He had that enlightenment. He had that ultimate knowledge, and he swam back to the shore. He came back to the shore to teach people how they can attain Brahman. But even then, he had not described the Brahman. He only showed the way. He only showed the path. What Brahman is, that he also could not describe. He had to recite the Bhagavata to King Parikshit and had to teach people in various ways. Therefore, God did not destroy his eye altogether. God kept in him ego of knowledge. Since he had so many activities to do after attaining Brahmajnana, he could come back. Like Shankaracharya, he came back. He came back to teach others the way to reach Brahman. None of these knowers of Brahman, they could describe the Brahman. They could only show the path. They could only give the spiritual instructions. They could only give the religious instructions of how to reach the ultimate knowledge, how to reach the ultimate truth. That was all they could do, because they had so much work on them. Lord has kept that bounty full of work for all these realized souls. Whether it was Sukadeva, whether it was Shankaracharya, whether it was Sri Ramakrishna himself or his child Swami Vivekananda. They had to teach people. They had to teach people the path leading towards the ultimate truth. And therefore, God has retained that ego. But that ego was not unripe ego. That ego was not the harmful ego. That ego was not the egotistic ego of me and mine. That was the ego of knowledge. That was the ego of a child. That was the divine ego that God had retained in them, because of which these great souls, these great divine beings, they could impart knowledge, they could impart instructions, they could show the path leading towards the ultimate knowledge, ultimate truth. So that was Sri Ramakrishna's answer, whether Sukadeva did not have the ultimate knowledge. He did have the ultimate knowledge. Although some people feel that he just touched the waters on the outskirts and he ran away. But by and large, people believe that he had jumped into into the Brahman, ocean of Brahman. He had got that full knowledge. And having had the knowledge of Brahman, the Lord had retained that little ripe ego in him so that he could swim back, come back to the shore and teach the people the way to the Lord. Because of that small ego, because of that child ego, because of that ego of knowledge, because of that ripe ego which was retained, he could recite the Bhagavata to King Parikshit. Because of that, he could give all those spiritual instructions to the spiritual aspirants who were so keen, who were groping in the dark. And that is when such realized souls, such the people, the divine souls who had had the ultimate knowledge, they could show the path, they could show the way, they could show this is how you can attain to Brahman after destroying your bloated ego, after destroying your inflated ego, getting rid of all the three gunas, cross over this ocean, jump into the ocean, attain to the Brahmajnana, and God willing, you also come back to the shore with that right ego inside, that ego of knowledge inside, the ego of I am the child of the divine, the ego of I am the slave of the master, the ego of I am the servant of my master. With that ego, come and start spreading the light, start illumining the other spiritual aspirants towards the God realization, towards the Atma Jnana, towards the knowledge of the self. Om Namah Shri Bhagavate Ramakrishnaya. Sri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu. Jai Thakur, Jai Ma, Jai Swamiji.